what's up, guys? We're gonna get started in just a second. Get your tracks in. We've got a pretty much open queue, only 3 submissions so far, so hop in there. What's up, everybody? Welcome, welcome. Sorry, I took so long. I was just kind of waiting to get some submissions in here, and we've got 5 so far. The queue is relatively open, so hop in there. Hop in there, playboys. What's up? My name's Alckemy. Welcome. We're gonna be doing some games today, and I will be reviewing your tunes. If somebody that I know and trust wants to come in and help me out with playing the stream or playing the submissions, you're more than welcome to do so, but I'm probably going to limit it to one person as opposed to it being a free-for-all like last time. Which you guys are great. Thank you to the people that came in and helped with the feedback, but just to kind of keep things streamlined and not spend 20 minutes on a person. It was funny because I was trying to utilize I was trying to have somebody help me because the Mario Kart Tour like game sessions are long, but we ended up spending more time reviewing people's tunes between multiple people than it took me to just switch in between games. So what can you say? Yeah, if you're brand new to the channel, welcome. My name is Alckemy. You can submit in the Discord. I've left a link to the Discord in the chat, and then you can go into Alckemy's feedback stream, which is here. No, not there. You can do it here. Oh, god damn it. There we go. Which is in this section here. And so yeah, other than that, I think that we're about ready. I haven't changed the levels, so I think the audio is fine. You should be able to hear the games just a little bit. Yo, thank you so much, dude. Can I skip the line? Yeah, fuck it. I'll let you skip the line. Thank you for the donation. We'll start with yours first. I didn't mind the longer reviews, very informative. I get it, but the problem was that like people were waiting a really long time, you know, for their submission. So I think like if I can find a healthy medium in between to where the pacing isn't too long between people, then that would be good. But for me personally, like I don't want to give someone a 20-minute review because that's like a private lesson, you know, which I will, I have the capacity for, but you know, so yeah, I'm going to try to do a little bit better today as well about keeping up with chat as well as keeping the pacing going with this. Forgive me, but we'll do our best. So I am going to get ready for the queue for the online. Hopefully Corey is not watching movies and streaming. She's not even here, so hopefully the internet connection will be a little bit more stable. But other than that, welcome to Alckemy's feedback stream. Let's go ahead and start with Danny. Also, Danny, you did not leave a blurb, so come on. Hope you don't mind the 6 minutes. Why is the 6 minutes, Kunis? What in God's name? Yeah, we're gonna start with Danny since he decided to donate, which you don't have an obligation to, but I'll let you skip the line if you want to donate. This is very quiet. No, it's fine. I'm just gonna make fun of you for it, that's all. MuseScore sounds are quieter than usual. That cello, something is up with that for me. I don't know what it is, but something sounds off about it. I applied beam to... Oh, that's why. No, you son of a bitch. Hello, item. What the fuck? Was that it? So, I don't think the beam is working on that, to be honest. I don't really know what to give you feedback on because it's so simple. I mean, it's okay. You know, it's pretty, but I think that it, unless if there's something that you want to change about it other than the beam and the cello not working for me, I don't really have anything like structurally that you need to fix. You know, it's cool. It's very like nice and mellow, but I don't, you know what I mean? Like, what else would you want to do to it? Grains on the harp, filter on the violin, and space on the cello. Yeah, the space on the cello is not working for me. Because it sounds too separate from all of the other elements that create, it's not even a contrast, it just sounds out of place. You know what I mean? But I'm curious, like, what do you want feedback on for this particular thing? Just because I'm like, there's not really much else to do with it. IMO. Most relaxing karting experience ever. Please don't run over me. Please don't run over me. Oh, we're in this. They threw me a bone right there, so I'm not upset about it. But yeah, I think it's fine. I don't really have anything for it, to be honest. I'm torn about the chromatic note and that melody. Yeah, I think like melodically though, like it didn't sound too out of place. There wasn't anything that I felt like jumped out to me about it that felt like, oh, this is compelling. But also like it's like my kind of music is also, it has to be really fucking sad in order for me to feel something. Because if it's really happy and stuff, like I automatically disassociate. And that's not your fault. That's just my personal, no shit. That's just my personal bias and preference. So yeah, there's nothing really wrong with that. Holy shit, that person is way up front. I try to add some pads. See, and that's kind of why I was not really sure about what I wanted to say about the feedback, because like I think that he wanted to keep it just like chill, you know, and like something that's more orchestral as opposed to adding synths and stuff to it. And I don't necessarily think that's a bad thing. But at the same time, like if you're going to have something that is more focused on like not having a lot of instrumentation and all that, then you should focus more so on the nuance of the instruments and the dynamics and like creating a deeper relationship between them. But I know that from this person's skill set, like they're still kind of working on their musicality aspect of it. And that's why I'm reluctant to give any kind of like, oh, your feedback, like the feedback needs to be this or it needs to be this. You know what I'm saying? It's just kind of like, I don't really want to say much, but I think it's fine. Yeah, it's pretty chill. Yeah, dope. Okay, so hey Arl, give me 1 second, and when I get a break, we'll play the next one. And yeah, it doesn't sound bad by any means. I think that it sounds okay. It's just not really something necessarily that I think like needs a ton of feedback on, to be honest. Okay, let me see if I can get the next one going, which we actually need to play the first one. Oh shit. I need to like quick fire or like get my mouse set up on my left hand so that way I can still hold the A button. Give me 1 second. It could go into a different section with different chords. Yeah, like a modal change or something like that that has a little bit more of a narrative to it. I think that could be helpful. Forgive me, I'm only reading the bottom of the chat because I'm afraid to scroll up. Should try trimming the bonsai tree, that song, and not playing Mario Kart. Yeah, exactly. So I'm actually going to chill in second for a minute because I'm hoping that Robert does not have fuck. I'm hoping that Robert does not have fuck. We can also just listen to the Mario Kart banger while we wait. Yeah, but I'll figure it out by the next race. Oh my god. Okay. Are you serious? Hoi! Bruh, no! Fucking dick. Okay, whatever. I'm still in this bitch. So now, once you get to like... Jesus, bro. Once you get to like section 8, or like the top 8, that's kind of when I start to go into like try-hard mode. Hello, Powerline. Because now I need to make top 4. Which if I don't make top 4, I'm not worried about it, but... Maybe panning the cello front. No, I would personally make the cello dry. Because as of now, I don't feel like it works. Like melodically, the cello works, but as a means of, you made a big mistake, dude. You made a big mistake. Okay. As of now, I feel like the cello just sounds off. Oh! Oh my god! That's so fucked up. Oh my god. Some of the super soft gives me sounding in bed. Okay, so let me switch the mouse over to my left hand so that way I can play the next person. But that was fucked up, man. Like, welcome to Mario Kart. Alright, Medi, you are next. What are you doing, Ian? Vowels in question were you on the left and I on the right. Yeah, it's not... I'm not going to change it just because the upload is quiet. If that makes sense. The submission itself is quiet. I don't know why I missed the second box, but whatever. Yeah. That's what I say when I see a cockroach. Yeah. Okay, so sorry, I'm joking, but my thing with this is it's super loopy, which if you're like a beginner or something, that's totally fine. But my big question is why, I'm not going to make it. Oh, I made it. My big question is why didn't you just use the piano in the middle of the section and use that as an intro? So like you could have just like played the piano and then slowly added the shaker, and then that could have gone into your main section. But yeah, like the big thing with this is that it doesn't have any nuance in it. It's just loops, and it's really hard to make a track like continue to be interesting when you're listening to the same loop for 8 bars over and over again. And so what I would look into is a musical compositional tool called call and response. And what you can do is get into what's called phrasing. And with phrasing, you can do small things to where you have something that has a call and then a response. And then on the second part of it, you can change the response. So if I go, hey, and you say, yo, then I go, hey, yo, that's a call and response. But if I go, hey, and then you say, yo, but then I go, hey, and then we go, woo, then that's a change, right? And so having something like that, I think would really benefit from your music. It's also going to help you like write beats faster, in my opinion, because it just is going to be more inspiring right off the jump. But the more that you can get better at like having a deeper relationship and understanding about phrasing, the more that it's going to like help unlock a lot of those doors for you, to be honest. But that would be my advice, is just focusing more so on your phrasing, because right now it's just so repetitive. Wow, they gave me the exact same thing. I'm gonna hold on to this mushroom. I only need to make top 16, which I'm falling behind. I am no longer in top 16. Fuck. But what I am gonna do is make sure that I get this. But yeah, it's a cool concept, but like even in the means of like the wow 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 or whatever, right? Like you can do things to where like you cut the bass out and like have a percussive thing. Oh, that was close. Instead, because I think that would be something that you can just like cut away one element and have a nice change that helps it maintain interest. And don't get me wrong, like you can get away with stuff being repetitive, but you have to be like, you have to be tasteful with it. I think that's the best advice that I can give, is you have to be tasteful if it's repetitive. And sometimes even just like small changes, you know, like a change in the percussive rhythm. So it's like like a bongo or something, you know what I'm saying? Like that kind of shit really helps keep the groove super interesting. And that's kind of the other thing that I would say, what the fuck? The other thing that I would say that you could elaborate on is like, you don't change the drums, you don't change the bass, you don't change the chord progression, you don't really change anything about it. So if you were to, in theory, you know, like add more shit, more instruments, more, you know, all that, then that would be so helpful for you, I believe. All right, give me 1 second. I'm going to see if I'm going to make the next gate, which things are looking okay for now. I'm just going to hold on to this. If I don't make the next gate, or if I make the next gate, I'll play the next tune, but that's what I have for you. Sorry, I can't look at chat at the moment. Whoa. All right, we're good. Yeah, so next up we have Daniel. We have Daniel-san. Oh, fuck. Yeah, heavy and rendering in the area. Needs to get better at that. 100% come from deep house and techno. Using crossfader and Ableton, yeah, you're right. I have to say, I love these Kart-inflicted mid-commentary injections. Yeah, I'm trying not to bore everyone. I am so far behind, I'm a little bit worried. I should probably queue up the next person. There we go, so I can just click. Oh my god. Okay. Dude, imagine if I come back and I win this. Let's go! Let's fucking go! I'll tell you right now, I want the bass to be a little bit more varied, because just the boom, like, I think that if you have a decay on it as opposed to just being sustained, it would make this a lot more compelling. Wow, nice snipe. No, I'm not gonna make it. It's okay, at least I got top 8. Yeah, like, this is cool, but it's super repetitive in the sense that, like, the core idea doesn't change enough. You know what I mean? It's just kind of like, boo, boo. Like, and in fact, I actually think that you put all your skill points into the drum work. Yeah, dude, thank you for the donation. I appreciate it. Boo. And the pad is also, like, completely the same. It hasn't changed in over 2 minutes. Yeah, like, you put all your skill points into the drums, which the drums are great, but the problem is that, like, the loop over the top is just like, okay. Like, because if you think about it, that's what people are going to pay attention to the most, you know what I mean? They're going to pay attention to the little pad that you have, and they're going to pay attention to the bass because that's the loudest part of your entire track. But all you have is a do. Like, why don't you have something to where, like, you take away and I say why don't you as in a suggestion, not as in, like, how dare you not do this, but take away the pad and focus more on creating the bass as a rhythmic element, right? So boom, 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 boom. You know what I mean? And the other thing too is that, like, your drums are really cool. That's obviously, like, my favorite part about this track, but you don't have any background elements. You don't really have any texture. You don't have anything that kind of creeps in other than that, like, one wheel up sound. But even then it was so quiet that you could easily miss it, you know? But having stuff like dub delays and all that stuff is a really big part of IDM to me, or even like jungle or whatever. Like, this is kind of a mix between something kind of like that. It's kind of techie. But yeah, dude, like, I think that, so I'm using this right now because I'm expecting a lightning to come. No! Fuck! That's what I was worried about. Whatever, at least I'm gonna make it. But yeah, so that's kind of, you need more shit. You need more variation, because the loop itself isn't interesting enough for me to be like, I want to listen to this for 4.5 minutes. In fact, there's very rarely a song that I want to listen to for 4.5 minutes anyways, unless if it's a video game soundtrack that's like, you know, 15-hour mix of some shit that's just like easy to go to sleep to or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, cool tune. Thank you for submitting. Some bins. Yes, I agree. Some bins. Appreciate that. Thank you for all the listening. Yeah, dude, for sure. Thanks for submitting. Give me 1 second. I think I'm gonna have a straightaway here in a second, so I'll be able to kind of just do my thing. But once we get past here, there we go. So I can just drive straight for a hot sec. Okay, Fricty, you're next. I wonder about the glue and the intro, maybe transition. Okay. What are the odds that I run into that? Like, what the fuck? Okay. No, that's it? Bro, come on. You gotta give me more than that. That was fucking sick. Okay, so regarding the intro, I think that you need to play more with the dynamics of the chords or whatever, because right now, as soon as you play the intro, everything is super dry. And so I'd really like some contrast in the elements that you have, you know? Like maybe within the intro drums, you can have some convolution reverb that is kind of like over the entire drum kit that slowly fades into dryness. Obviously, like I know that this is a whip, but having transitional sounds like crashes and risers and all that other shit will kind of help you quote unquote glue everything together. I think that the drop was pretty good, but yeah, just you need to build a little bit more tension over your intro, in my opinion. And it's there, and I think that you have all of the right building blocks. You just need more of it. I don't really have anything else left to say over that. I think that like it's still pretty early in the whip itself. One thing I would say is like extend it, you know? Like I feel like it just got into the main interesting part and I was just like, okay, well, but come on. No, fuck. Yeah, that has a lot of potential. I don't think it sounds like Noisia, but it sounds like you. But yeah, dude, cool track. I want more of that. Arrangement and earwise if things line up or if readjustments need to happen. Oh, dude, what the dog? What are you doing? Give me a warning. That even pissed my dog off. Like, what? What the fuck, bro? Jesus Christ. Dude, this is like, you don't, never do this again. Never do that again. Oh my God. Yeah, I'm wrestling with my tinnitus right now. Jesus Christ. Fuck, man. If you're gonna have something like blast me like that, at least give us a warning. Like, that scared the shit out of me. Scolding aside, the idea is there, but like my biggest thing for you is you need to put some time into learning how to control distortion, because I get the sound that you're going for, and I get oh shit, Kunis, do you have it? Well, we'll see if this plays or not, but in the future, can you submit an MP3? You can always take it off whenever you're done, but yeah, like you have to control distortion, especially with like really hard sine waves like that. And so turning it down is one of the best things, but also if you crunch it more through more distortion and you clip it, come on. I just got punished for that, man. then no, it's okay. But yeah, clipping it and controlling those peaks with an EQ is something that I feel like you already know how to do, but like that's a really important thing, because if you don't do that, then a lot of times it's not, it's going to be painful and you're going to piss your listeners off, myself included. I love harsh noise. I love what you're going for, but that ain't it, Chief. The big thing that you can also mess with, as opposed to just going for the distorted sound, is to send it through a convolution so it disperses the signal. And sometimes when you throw the convolution, and like, let's say you're going for the Lorne thing, convolution, then distortion, try to do that, you know, once or twice, and you'll be able to kind of have that really interesting sound that's like in the middle between something that sounds kind of distorted, but also like dystopian. Other than that, you need to have, ironically, more of those elements, because as of now, it's still kind of like basic in that sense. So, you know, I would say grab a synth, play some keys over it, and then run it through your mixing or like your effect chain. And that will kind of help you get to where you want to be with that. All right, before I go, or not before I go, but before I get started, I'm going to play Kunis' track. Fuck. Yeah, see, this is why I wanted MP3. Well, at least I got one item. Briska, if you're typing another one in chat, I only do one submission per person. Just a heads up. Kunis, was there something that you wanted, like some feedback on specifically, by chance? This is also super quiet. Or just say, okay, that's fine. It's loud. SoundCloud usually streams. Oh, okay. Best advice I can give you all for this game is stay the fuck out of the middle of the track. Like, only hang out on one side or the other. That's not good. Because I missed that item, I'm probably not going to make it. Unless if I get really lucky right here. Yep. Alright, I'm good. I hate this item. This item sucks. I usually do. I just forgot this time. Motherfucker. No, that's not good. I'm not gonna make it. Unless if somebody has a lightning thing, which would be awesome. Yeah, I got cheated. Fuck, I got cheated out of the item right there. That's unfortunate. Maybe a little heavy on the sidechain release time. No, he did that on purpose. I lost 50 points from that? What the fuck? This game is like so fucking brutal when it comes into like points. If I get first, I get like 30 points. If I don't get first, I lose like 70 points. Did you all see that snipe though? Yeah, that was cool. Yeah, you said that you weren't really looking for feedback, so I don't think I'm going to give you feedback, to be honest. I have a couple of things that I'd prefer, but I'm guessing that's already planned for release. So if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Usually do totally transparent sidechain. I'm not a fan of hearing it, but usually wanted that. Now, if you got some things, please let me know. So personally, I would like, I know that you're like, your signature thing is like being super minimal, but personally, I would like at least just a little bit more texture. Just things that could be in the background of just like, you know, a delayed like clank or something that's like metal, or just every once in a while, like, you know what I mean? Shit like that. Because I was thinking to myself towards the middle of the track that it's minimal, but it's so minimal. It's a little too minimal for me. And I like, on one end, I actually have a lot of respect for like playing with anticipation. And I know that you did that on purpose because, well, we're kind of cut from the same cloth, if you know what I mean. But at the same time, I think this one was just a little bit on the sparse side, personally. Hi, baby. And so if I could add anything, I don't think that you need more instrumentation, anything like that, but just something that helps complement the atmosphere, I think. Go like, if you're going to add elements, go for things that will enhance the atmosphere rather than like little motifs or little counter melodies. You know what I mean? Because if you do that, then I think it's going to like it's going to help with the immersion aspect of it. And that would be like my biggest piece of advice. But other than that, I think the arrangement is fine. I just think that it needs a little bit more world building. Jesus Christ, dude. What the fuck? I'm just gonna let off on everybody. Like, that was some bullshit. Holy fuck. But other than that, dude, that was a really cool track. Yeah, it doesn't need much. I just a little bit more. Maybe if I could suggest like one other small thing. Your drums are super dry. Hi, baby. Your drums are super dry. And so I think that keeping them like that for the most part would be good. But if you had like one hit on every 8th bar or something that was like, I don't know, a metallic rim or something, that would also help as well with pulling into creating an expectation for the track, right? Because we need a release with it. Because it's so held back of like, how do I say this? Because it's so restrained, like you got to throw us a bone, I would say. But yeah, also shout out Kunis. If you all didn't know, Kunis is with Saturate Records. He's actually been on the channel. We have an interview together, and he is based out of London and just super awesome. Would highly recommend checking out his discography. But yeah, that's what I would say. Again, because I don't want to take away from like I don't want to take away from the vibe that you're going for, but just give us a little ear candy. A little zhuzh, as Corey would say. Yeah. All right, we're going to play the next one, which I think is Pac. Says, I feel like I'm in a stagnant place when it comes into arrangement. I have no idea what this tune or Stockholm Syndrome. Made tracks before that. Friends switching. Okay. So arrangement. That's what I got. Hi, baby. I'm sorry. I'm doing like 3 things at once, and so I'm having a hard time diverting my attention into different places. Do you want to play, honey? I need to read. Okay. How was the nails? I'm sure they do. How come you did? What made you change your mind? Oh. Food money? Fair. Okay. Jersey, get your ass off my pillow. No, I can't see you. But I believe you. It's on, but it's cut out. Why? So that way it's not showing the entire room. Oh, look at that snipe. Yeah, I think the blend of genres works. I think so far it's pretty good. I know it's quiet. I'm sorry. I forgot to turn the music back up, but bear with me. Yeah, I think the arrangement's pretty okay for now. I'd like a little more contrast in the drums at the beginning because that part sounded kind of loopy, but other than that, I think it's been fine. It just needs like transitions and shit, you know? Because like right now it just kind of goes like you have a very video game-esque arrangement. And a lot of times with video game music, they usually don't have like these big effects or like crazy transitions with tracks. It's usually just like here's part one, and then here's the next part, and then here's the next part. And something that I wish that more game music would do is have something like that, you know? But other than that, I think that like everything matches. You just need to embellish the details a little bit more. Fucking shell hell right here. I probably shouldn't have thrown that, but whatever. Oh, fuck, I needed to be fourth? This is why I need to pay better attention to what's going on. Yeah, dude, I was playing a lot of ZZZ lately, which kind of towards the hybrid metal stuff. Yeah, I think that it works. I think that you just need to add more shit. And maybe focus on, like, adding a little bit of dynamism to the drums at the beginning, because the beginning of it is kind of loopy. So... like right there with the do 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 do, like you can add like a ride or something and pull away from the kicks, right? So like add a call and response to your drums right there. That's the best advice that I can give. Because right now it just goes. You know what I mean? Like you have all this dynamism within the instrumentation, but the drums are just like and like, you know what I'm saying? Like do something with them. Add a filter, some kind of change with that. It'll really help add a lot more dynamics to your track. In the sense of it sounding more versatile as opposed to volume. Okay, my bad. This one is different. Kind of stumped on the direction. Wondering if the vocal should be done after the second section it was used in. Also wondering if the kalimba should come back and if the bass line at the end of the section is too dull. Looking for ideas to take this elsewhere. I have a balance ready for the other one. Maybe next time. Also wondering if the chords... No, that's fine. I confused your name with Fricta, so that's my fault. Which had drums being too busy. Well, if you're having a hard time, then just make sure that everything is intentional, you know? It's nice. Guys, the queue is open, so submit. This is very edamame. I don't want to be in second. I don't want to be in second. Okay. I don't want to be last, but I don't want to be in second. I feel like the guitar riff... Oh. Menace? But you said she's an angel.
An angel at 8 a.m. this morning.
Why wasn't she an angel at 8 a.m. this morning?
Barking, running into the glass door.
Your dog... Your dog was a menace this morning. I'd like the sign plug to be a little louder, but it still sounds good. And right now you have a big open space in your mid-highs. Which is actually okay for the most part, but I would like maybe like something there to kind of fill in at one point or another. At 226, I have a note for that one. That's not good. Another blue shell? 2 blue shells in a row? What the actual fuck? I've never seen that before. Yeah, so that section right there, I think like you just cut it off kind of abrupt, and I would have liked there to have been, you know, something that builds up. And that's kind of the thing with the track, is that right now it's super mellow, and I think that most of it works. That was really scary. Most of it works, but the thing with it is that when you're kind of leading up to the outro of a track or something, or to the end of a track, like if you have something that's getting ready to build up to either a release, or have something that's like giving some kind of signal, that can really help you solidify like where you are within the track itself. But as of now, it kind of just is like, oh, here's a little groove, and then like it stops, you know? And I'm kind of like, wait, what happened? Where did that go? What happened there? Well, also, why am I getting a bunch of fucking boxes on the road? But other than that, I think that for the most part, the track is pretty cohesive. The kalimba could come back. You can go into something that is a little bit more of like a chord progression focused thing. But honestly, I think the track is pretty cohesive up until that last, up until like 225. That's the only thing that I would maybe consider switching. I'm going to try to use this before we get lightninged, because I know it's coming. Okay. Surprisingly, nobody had a lightning. But yeah, that was a really cool track. Okay. Thanks for... I wonder how the boos, like, decide who they're gonna rob. Because sometimes I feel like I'm being singled out. It's some bullshit. No! It was like the worst thing that could have happened to me right there. Well, other than like actually getting hit, but... Okay, Bowser's on my shit list. Bitch ass Bowser. I'm going to try to hold on to this as long as possible. Nah, fuck it. I was thinking about trying to hold on to it and just like play as like try to move faster towards the end, but for this particular thing, I'm saying fuck it. I'm just gonna take off and try to get ahead. I actually went off-road because I was scared that I was about to get shelled, or ran over, rather. Alright, give me 1 second, Neuro, and then I'll play the next one. I will say, if you all are enjoying the feedback, I would love you forever if you would like the video, subscribe to the channel. If you really love me, then consider buying something off the store so I can buy a new monitor, because I'm about to fucking... I'm about to punch a hole through my regular TV, or my regular computer monitor. Alright, so we need a blue shell right here. Did I get double shelled right there, or what happened? How did that work? Another red shell. Fuck you, man. Fucking bullshit. Bruh. Thank you. Fuck. That sucks. We still have a little bit of time, so I should be able to catch up, possibly, if I can get some good luck, but Jesus, dude. I'm a little bit worried because the Nabbit in the back is just low-key, like, cruising. Which is a little spooky. Come on, come on. Let's go. All right, we could win this. We're probably not going to win this. Unless if somebody has a blue shell, it's probably not going to happen. But I am going to play super aggressive. How did they get so far ahead like that? What the fuck? Whatever. At least I got third. Insane. Clutch up. Oh snap. Almost 3 a.m. here. Need to get some sleep. Yeah, dude. Thanks for submitting. Thanks for the feedback, bro. I'm going to head off. Hit me up if you got tunes you want yours on anytime. Yeah, dude. Thank you. Getting Alex seal of approval is definitely a huge confidence booster. Dude, you should be like, fuck what I say. Like, take everything with a grain of salt. Okay. I don't give a fuck about it. I think the second drop to this isn't as thought out compared to the first. Should I redo it or does it work?
Love it.
Yeah. Oh. Oh yeah. Sorry, Corey and I are just having fun in the back. Daddy. Hey, baby. Can I ask you for a favor? Can I have some of those? Thank you. Thank you. Can you tell me? Can you tell me why your snare has more low end than your kick? I think it fits. I think it's fine. I think that the big issue is that you wanted to have just as much schizophrenia as the first drop, and I think that pulling back on it being super crazy is a better choice. I think that your first section is actually too busy, and I actually think that your second section is too busy. I think that the compositional choices that you have between your call and response work, but because everything has nothing but bass and low end in it, it doesn't have enough, you don't have enough contrasting elements to give it that really like tight, like push and pull that you're looking for. I don't think that you necessarily need to remove sounds. I think that you need to just mix it, and I think that'll help a lot. But I think that it's pretty okay for the most part. Also, yeah, why does your snare have more low end than your kick? That doesn't make a lot of sense to me. That's probably your biggest offense, in my opinion. Because I was like, what the fuck? Oh, shit. Please catch up. Please catch up. Please catch up. Come on. I'm going to try to... Oof. Okay, I'm still in this. All right. That was scary. But yeah, I thought the track was pretty cool. I think that you just need to do some EQing, and then also like you start heavy. Like as soon as you like play the intro, like the donk thing or whatever is already at full frequency. So you didn't really have like a surprise or anticipation for us. You know what I mean? I would have liked that. And the reason why is because typically in an intro, you want to build tension and like, you know, have a sense of, energy, but you kind of give us all of the main sound right off the jump, and I kind of felt cheated out of that. I would recommend just like high passing everything, put the intro in mono. That's a really easy thing. That fuck, I thought I was gonna get sniped, and so I ended up psyching myself out. But yeah, having something like that I think will help a lot, because what will end up happening is I need a lighting storm. I need a lightning storm. Not gonna make it. Oh well. What else? But yeah, I thought that was a pretty cool track. I don't think that you need to change too much other than just your mixing choices. Good stuff. Okay, I'm trying to figure out if this B section works with the first half, and so where to take it next. I'm pulling out of the harder B section into a relaxed wash similar into intro. Words are hard right now. Oh, those look great. They remind me of Pink Box. They're very donutty.
Yes.
Yeah. Very donut like.
Are you on camera right now?
Yeah.
Okay. Look at the Manny. New nails, new me. Not really. What? That's you. Are you seeing me kiss you?
I'm okay with
What
that.
are you doing? Are you busy?
I'm losing at Mario Kart.
Welcome to the club. I always get 11th place at least. Unless there's 22 people in the lobby, then I get 21.
Ow. Ow. I'm in the sweats lobby.
Bunch of sweats.
Bunch of fucking sweats.
Bunch of tryhards. Okay, are you running quads? You're not running quads? 1v1 me! What are you doing?
I'm playing Mario Kart and listening to people's music.
I'm gonna do some work since you're doing work. Okay.
Okay, baby. Love you. What's up with that?
No, do not kiss him. No, do not. Hey, what is it? What is it?
I'm gonna have to start this over. I'm sorry. Okay. So, I'm going to play this one more time. Because lots of chaos was happening right there. Counter melody right here would be nice. I think it's the transition is what didn't work for me right here. I did that on purpose, by the way. I knew the lighting was coming. Yeah, I don't think the transition worked, and I don't think that the sound was contrasty enough. So I've got a couple things for you that, forgive me, but it's just shit that I picked up over time when it comes into implementation of neurobase. In my opinion, I don't think that your bass at the beginning should be as busy. I don't think that you should have all of the like neuro sounds or whatever going on. I think you should open it up only in certain sections over time, and then pull it back into a Reese, because it's going to be a deeper mix. It's going to make it more emotional. Whenever you have something that's got that much interest of something, say like a neurobase with tons of mids and shit, you want that to be the forefront of what people are listening to. But you have all these chords and things that is very musical to where they're competing for your attention. And so it's, you know, like even when Cohen Sound does it, like they take turns, right? And there's usually a section to where, what's it called? To where like, if they're doing something that is really like, how do I say, musical, and they're going to have those basses come in, it's usually like really sporadic. And so because of that, yeah, that's just my personal opinion. But I think that the track is cool, and I think that it has a lot of potential. One thing that I would try with the second section is to try to create more contrast, because right now your mids are so heavy, and I feel like you've got stereo on them that it doesn't pull away from like having a really dynamic push and pull of like, oh, switch up. It just felt like something that was like a downgrade. And it seemed like you wanted to try to like upgrade into a more focused thing to where you pull back the elements and all that. So maybe something that you can try is adding another percussive element that's got a lot of stereo in it, and put the bass in mono and really keep that at the forefront of the focus. Are you serious? What the fuck? Did you just get online or something, babe? Or like, what the hell? Which that's totally fine, but I just got kicked out. I'm gonna be right back to where I started. I'm right back to where I started. Today, I got 0 fucking points and got pulled right back into that, and I was fucking winning. That's so annoying. It's come to the point where like trying to progress in this game is like becoming less and less like, or like more and more of a hassle than a challenge. And now I'm like, well, if I'm gonna fucking sit here at this score rank or whatever, then why should I keep playing? It's so annoying. It's not always about winning. Now you shut up. I know how to move forward now. Yeah, I think the concept is really strong. I would also suggest like adding some counter melodies or something to the beginning because what that can do is help you offset the energy that you're going to be taking away from like all of the movement that you have on the bases. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that you should take all of the energy away like at all times and just leave it as a Reese, but like open it up over time. And one more thing that I wanted to touch on was if you're going to like do a fill, because right now, like you just have the drums playing while you have the Reeses going on and whatever, like that's supposed to be a moment that's like, oh shit, what the fuck is happening? So like you need to sell it. Right now you just have the bass sound that's like, wah, and like that's cool. That's the first part. But what are you doing with the drums? What are you doing with the other elements that also like, how can you enhance that moment? And that's like one of the biggest things that I notice when people try to like pull shit off and it doesn't work, is that they forget that like the drums are still going while there's this like really big moment of the bass. And then it's just kind of like, oh, okay, well, that was cool, I guess. You get what I'm saying? You like, you need a bit more. Like pull everything away. Just do a kick, like, and you know, have some kind of reverse sound come like creeping in, but like open it up. Dope. For everyone else, the queue is open, so... But yeah, dude, thanks for submitting. It was a cool track. Sorry, I had to, like, throw that spiel on. That's... Oh, I cannot believe that didn't hit me. I was, like, so sure that that was going to happen. If I had a little more speed, I may have been able to hit that, but not today. Yeah, of course, dude. Thank you for submitting. Does anybody else want to submit if you haven't submitted yet? No. They gave me worse items. That sucks. Okay, there was actually a good time for that to happen, though. It's very unlikely that's going to happen again to me. It is possible, but pretty unlikely. So I just need to make sure that I hit 16th. Yeah, dude, of course. No! I got greedy. Really? Fucking banana? Ooh, banana. I will say that Corey and I have been playing Donkey Kong. We've been having a blast. She's been having to take breaks because she's been getting motion sickness, which apparently is a really common thing with the game. But it's been pretty dope. Been enjoying it a lot. Sorry, just taking a peep at chat and seeing if anybody's talking. But yeah, the queue's open, guys. Join like kill. Join like quack. All right, I'll take it. Dude, go. I keep getting like these bombs and shit. Come on, man. No, I fucking had the bag right there and then that sucks. I'm not gonna make it. That sucks. This game is just rough. Well, does anybody else have a submission? Mario Kart's rough, man. All right, well, I guess that's all we got today. I guess we'll call it a stream. Thanks everybody. Appreciate you submitting. Hopefully you had fun. I guess we'll be back on Monday doing the same thing. Or sorry, we'll be back on Monday doing production. But actually, no. I will not be here Monday. I have a gig. So I might do a stream Tuesday to make up for Monday. But yeah, I won't be here. But yeah. I just said that like 3 times. All right. Well, much love, guys. Thank you so much for coming to hang out. And I guess I'll see you all on Tuesday. Bye, everybody.